going through this as a citizen, right? Like you explained, you were without water, you were scrambling to find water for your 1-year-old, you're sitting there and knowing what you know about the water plant. Whose shoulders does this fall on, this crisis? Because I think Mayor Vula is exempt, right? He wasn't here. He didn't have anything to do with it. And I think most people that I've spoken to think he handled it well.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
it was a heck of a first test, to be tested that way. But actually, when I interviewed him, he said, he went through COVID in Henrico, and he said, Catie, nothing. I said, was this the hardest thing you've ever been through? And he said, no, not at all. COVID was way worse and way longer. This was a short window of time. But in any case, I just wonder from your perspective, looking back, who was responsible?
Well, I wasn't there on January 6th, and so I don't have any knowledge of what occurred on that day. Only knowledge I have is what our news media has reported, or what HNTB report has stated from the city, or the report from the county, or the report from the state as well. Many, many different reports.
Yeah.
And what it seems to me it's fair to say that the systems that are used as a backup in case of an emergency should have been tested before the storm. Now, here's the thing. I get it. We get some snowstorms that come through Richmond. Not every year we get a snowstorm. And when we do, sometimes they are the minor variety. However, and I think, you got to test the systems in case of any amount of or any amount of snow you may get, even if it's 2 inches, even as 1 inch.
Right. So better prepared.
You have to test the systems. And here's the thing: you don't need standard operating procedures for that. That is typical best practices when there is a incoming inclement weather emergency. And so that should have happened. And like I said, I was not there on January 6th, so I can't speak to what happened in those hours leading up in preparation. But normally when a storm is coming, you tell all agency heads that please prepare for this storm. And that message goes down into the ranks of the city employees. And so to me, from reading these reports and from the news media reports as well, that did not happen.